Hello, BPM stuff here. I've been anxiously waiting to listen to the new Uncle Adams track, but I wanted to do a live reaction to it, so this is a few days late. So apologies for that. But Heavy Mind has been heavy on my mind. So I'll listen to it once and tell you my initial thoughts, and then maybe I'll listen to it again. Maybe have a look at the lyrics and stuff. Have a little thought what we're thinking. Don't want to do too heavy a breakdown. Just want to have some quick ideas, initial thoughts before the new album. So yeah, let's give it a bash, shall we? Heavy Mind. All right. Oh, Airborne smashing in straight afterwards, which actually comes to a hilarious point on that. Initial thoughts are the beat is arguably maybe the best thing he's ever rapped over. I don't know if you can even see me. I'm reaching over there. Um, is that the best beat he's ever rapped over? Genuinely, yeah. I think I really like there's like a high synth, and it's clearly got that effect on it where it's like a what do you call it? It's the same distance apart, like to a detuned second oscillator that's up. I want to say it's like seven or eight tones, and it's just going down. Maybe it's sixth. It's really lovely in the background. The actual beat's really nice. His hook's really great on that. Actually, I think. Again, maybe his best hook. Sorry, camera died because I can't afford batteries because I'm an idiot. No, so best beat he's maybe ever rapped over. The hook, the first part of the hook's really nice. A lot of people weigh heavy on the mind. It's really nice. I like the production on it's really minimalist as well. Which is much better. It's much more like a hook you would get in like a song cycle or something rather than like a not a song cycle. It's always got like a rap cycle or cipher. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Where like something like Jesus Lord, where it's more just like letting the beat happen and just sort of singing a rough vocal over it. Whereas obviously his hooks tend to be a bit overproduced. The second part of the hook, I wasn't necessarily vibing to as much. The like heavy, mad, get on, ma, da da. It's just a little felt a little unnecessary. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could cut that and it would be a better 2 minute song. Lyrically, there wasn't a lot sticking out to me. There seemed to be a couple of um clunky little ideas here and there. Some stuff where it's just like, as usual, subtext isn't really a thing. Got a lot of friends in cemeteries and stuff. I might have a wee nosy at the lyrics now quickly. I don't know how long this battery is going to live on this camera, so soz lads, you're just getting what happens. Yeah, I was saying that the Airborne played from Planting Seeds immediately after, just auto played on Spotify. And the irony of just hearing the strings on that compared to a genuinely nice sort of lo-fi beat was hilarious. Like he's grown a lot in a few years, hopefully. No, Mr. BPM stuff, man. You can't tell me that you replaced the first set of batteries with rechargeable batteries that weren't charged, so it died after like 30 seconds. So then you ran to the shop and got more batteries, and now they're in the camera. Yeah, that is what happened. I can tell you that. That's what happened. I think you probably guessed that. I'm going to listen to this again and give you some other thoughts because it's a bit of a. I can't really. I've kind of lost my flow, my mojo. So I'm going to have another listen to this and see if we can pick out anything else. Um, cool. So bear with. Soz for the awful production quality. Jeepers. Cool. You probably saw me react and look at my phone. So I had the lyrics loaded because I want to have a wee read. There's a couple I saw and I was like, oh, and I heard earlier that I want to check. And yes, at the end of the second verse, he says, "I bet they think this." Not what I thought, which was, "I bet they drink piss," which I thought was a brave line, but I was just wrong. I just heard it wrong. But yeah, I mean, this just proves that production wise, with a better beat, better instrumental, and taking out some of those sort of more on the nose Unk type subjects and lyrics, his songwriting just improves tenfold. I don't think this song's perfect by any capacity, but like, he put out My Jam like 2 years ago, and listen to how awful that is. I'm surprised at how good this is. Maybe the best single he's put out ever. Obviously only time will tell. So lyrically, just having a wee juke. I think every single verse ends with an absolute classic. So the taxi horn beeps, and we hear a little beep. But the "See What I Did" is proof that you can is hilarious. He hasn't quite shaken the motivational stuff yet. That's the only one in this, I think. He just couldn't help but write a verse without a little. By the way, I'm pretty inspirational. I can do it, and you can too. I swear that was in every single one of his songs. In the first sort of 3 years of his career. Especially in Humble Beginnings. And then verse two, I drink and piss. Again, not actually what he says, but I mean that's what it is. He says it. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be one of those like, now that I've said it, you're going to hear that, but I swear to God, it sounds checking the metrics. I bet drink piss, and then straight in, and then rockets lift off regularly. Lots of friends in cemeteries. Usually the forced rhyme stuff like that is embarrassing, but actually that's excellent. It's really good. For no reason I can explain. It's hilarious the way he delivers it. And again, I mean that like I'm laughing with him. It's really good. It's really funny. Yeah, I think it reminds me of Oxygen most probably. Because I was gonna say when I was listening to this, I was thinking of Oxygen. Both in terms of the beat has a similar flow to it. As a similar sort of synths with like a couple of low bass tones and then just like a nice sort of basic sort of minor melody on top. I then realized I was sort of going, oh, it makes sense because like Oxygen, he did the music video for recently, and then this song, but Oxygen's not on the album. We know the track list. Like I remember when the music video dropped and so on, that I thought maybe he was going to put Oxygen on an album like 3 years later. I'm assuming what did Oxygen come out 2018? 2019 maybe. So it's yeah, so reminds me a lot of Oxygen. In that sense, even some of the flows a wee bit similar, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's one of his better songs. Yeah, it's a solid single to be honest. Makes me more excited for the album. This is it's similar to Oxygen in that it's one of the few songs by him. It's arguably just those two that you could put on at like a house party, and people wouldn't question it. I don't think. I think if I stuck this on, I'd have mates who would go, "This is a bit meh," or like, "What's this?" But they wouldn't assume that it's like meme rap. You know what I mean? Whereas if I stuck on anything from his early catalog, you'd be like, "What the hell?" Like immediately, you'd hear those cheap strings of something, and be like, "What the hell am I listening to?" Yeah, I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too in depth with it. So I'm just trying to think of any other initial thoughts. I think the artwork's okay. Of what it could have been, it's better. It's better than his average. Everything's just better than average here. Everything's just solid. Yeah, I think if a mainstream artist put this out, it would be getting eaten up quite a lot. I think there's a lot of people who really like that hook. Um, Especially. Plus the lyrics are sort of vaguely relatable enough. He doesn't go into anything too in depth, which actually does him better. Because when he has songs like How Much Longer or I'm Stronger and so on, when he's trying to tackle a big issue, I find he tends to just read the Wikipedia to you and explain things in avid detail, and that's when he's not writing songs that are all about how good he is at rapping. So writing lyrics that are like new dimensions, Twitter mentions, or whatever it was, or what was the one? Prison systems, social distancing, whatever it was, um, is like yes, it's not really elaborating on it, but like just writing that and implying like, oh look, there's been prison, a lot of issues with like BLM and prison systems and blah 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 in the last 2 years or so, and obviously before that, but it's been all over the news in the last couple of years, and then social distancing with COVID as well at the same time in the last 2 years. It's definitely works better for him rather than classic Sean Connery style rap. I like it. I do like it genuinely. Could definitely pop to it, man. I feel like I'm reviewing this in the same way I'd review like the new Earl song or a new Charlie XCX song and so on. Like, I feel like I'm reviewing like an actual accomplished artist's song. And I'm not saying that this is as good as 2010 because it isn't. 2010 was amazing. I heard that earlier. My God. But or like the new Silk Sonic record, like I feel like I'm listening to it and going like, oh, I really like this, or I really don't like this, or whatever it is, rather than what I'm usually doing, which is like it has that sort of semi post ironic thing where I'm kind of debating whether or not, I mean, you've seen the stuff. No one's stumbling upon this video. Cool. So yeah, good song, good single. Is it his best single ever? Genuinely asking. Tell me in the comments. Do please. You've actually been very good. You're very lovely. With liking videos, but do please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. I want to hit 250 subs by the end of the year. It will make me very happy. You know. Yeah, I would love to hit 250 subs. It would make me very happy. So do hit that sub button. The rule is when you're just starting out, you ask people please to subscribe. Click the subscribe button, and then when you've got a bit of an audience, you start to say hit that subscribe button, and then once you've got like like a big following, when you're in like the hundred thousands or like a million, that's when you start saying smash that subscribe button. So I'm just asking you to hit that subscribe button. My following isn't quite there yet. That's the rule. I'm still awful at doing this live talking at the camera thing without a script. Arguably, I'm also awful with a script, but let's not do that. Let's not probe my own anxiety too much. So yeah, good song. Please hit that subscribe button. I've got some bangers, some big vids coming out by the end of the year. Some fun stuff. Maybe do some live streaming stuff as well. So that'll be quite cool. If you're watching this, genuinely well done. I'm big into it. I'm big into the arc. I don't care anymore if this album doesn't make him blow up or if it's no more meme potential. If Overdue is like a solid album, just like a nice wholesome album after all this, that'll be like his victory lap. Do you know what I mean? 5 or 6 years of this insanity, rather than it ending with in the way that so many of these sort of internet characters have. If it ends with a solid release that's good enough for mainstream music, and it's good enough, it sounds polished enough and it's got some stuff in it, etc. You know what I mean? That's enough for me. I'd be very happy. So cool. There's nothing else for me to say. The B in BPM stuff stands for bye.